Hello YouTube and welcome back to another NHL 26 video. If you did pre-order NHL 26 Deluxe Edition and you're playing today, you'll have 4 packs to open. Hot Starter Choice Pack where you can choose 1 out of 5, 84 overall Fresh Ice players. You also will have the Heroes Choice Pack, 1 out of 6, where you are getting yourself another 84 overall player. The next one is the Icons Choice Pack, and as you know, the Icons are currently the best cards in the game, and you can pick 1 out of 6 at 86 overall. And then we also have this NHL Player Pack, where you get yourself 6 random NHL players or NHL alumni players. And just to say, you know then every single card early in the game matters. So today's video will be about me opening all these pre-order choice packs and this NHL player pack, and also trying to suggest which in my opinion is the best player to pick from each pack. Because if you played Hockey Ultimate Team in the prior years, you always went with the highest overall and also with the fastest player. This year the things are a little bit different because we have something new called line combinations, and if you want to boost the overall, salary, or even have more ability points, you need to try to build the lines using one of these options. So for example, if you're choosing the highest overall card, it might not always mean that it will fit in some of these lineup combinations. And sometimes, let's say if you're choosing a lower overall card, you can actually get him up by +2 in the overall if he fits one of the, let's say, overall lineup combinations, and you will end up with a higher overall card than the one you actually wanted to pick in the first place. So before you make your choice, make sure you have a look at the lineup combinations and see which players actually fit and potentially offers you some boosts. So let's start with an icon. As you can see, the animations are pretty much the same, if not the same, and all these 86 overalls are purple pools. So no need to really tell you who exactly are these icons, because I think there was plenty of content already out there, and you know then you can choose between Chris Progner, Joe Thornton, Sergei Fyodorov, who is finally back in NHL 26, Henrik Lundqvist, Teemu Selanne, and Chris Chelios. Every single card will also show which country he plays for and which team, and obviously also the card type, because you can see then all these are icons and NHL alumni. Considering Chris Progner is a defenseman, he would fit in one of the overall lineup combinations, so yeah, you could potentially pick him. Joe Thornton, for example, would fit in ability and overall boost, where Sergei Fyodorov don't really fit anywhere. So yeah, that's quite sad, because he's not a defenseman, he's forward, and if you look at all the lineup combinations, at least the ones in the game I currently have, he does not really offer any kind of boost. So as much as I would like Sergei Fyodorov, if you're trying to build the best possible team and you really want to follow these lineup combinations and not just ignore them, then I guess you will need to pick another player. Where Henrik Lundqvist could potentially fit the overall boost, because if you use a goalie from Sweden, and let's say also from Detroit Red Wings, you could get his card up to the 88 overall. And then of course we have Teemu Selanne, who is already probably one of the best cards in the game, if not the best, because without any boost, 94 speed, 92 acceleration, he's 6 foot tall, 209, and no need to talk about the shooting and hand stats. He also have the Pressure Plus, which is the new X Factor this year, and also a quick release. And the last one is Chris Chelios from USA or Chicago Blackhawks. He would only fit in the salary boost, so probably again, if you really want to go and get the best team and get the highest boost, he probably will not really fit anywhere. So from all these cards, if you want to fully ignore everything, I think you cannot go wrong with Sergei Fyodorov, because not only then he's a fast skater, his hands and shooting is quite decent, he also have 87 faceoff stats, and if you're looking for someone who will stay in your lineup for a quite long time, I would say Sergei Fyodorov should be your pick, because he can play in 2 positions and will offer you a lot of lineup flexibility. But if you want to pick the best card on a paper and also someone who fits the lineup boost for the overall, for example, I would go with Teemu Selanne. And that's only because if you build a lineup full of Anaheim Ducks players, you can get him up all the way to the 88 overall. So from all 6, I will go with Teemu Selanne. And now let's move to the heroes, because that's another card you need to pick, and also think about, does he fit in any of the lineup combinations, and if the player you're choosing will offer you any boost. Again, we already know who are the players. It's Jeremy Roenick, Zdeno Chara, Keith Tkachuk, Hemsky, Mr. Blake, and also Naslund. For example, if you have 2 defensemen from Boston Bruins, you can boost the overall by +2, and that straight away makes Zdeno Chara a little bit better. But that means you also have to use another defenseman in the same line from the same team, where if you build one of your lines with 1 player from Finland and 2 from Chicago Blackhawks, you can get +2 overall boost as well. Obviously, as you already probably noticed, one of the lineup combinations for the overalls is St. Louis Blue, Ottawa Senators, and also Florida Panthers. And that's basically just so if you use every single Tkachuk on a cover. The only issue is none of them can really play in the center position, so yeah, I probably will not go with that. Also, another option is if you pick, let's say, Hemsky, and then you, for example, pick Joe Sakic and maybe Gabriel Landeskog, you also can boost your line by +2 in the overall. So I'm just trying to tell you how these players actually fit with the lineup combinations. And then we have Rob Blake, who also fits into the overall lineup combinations. And then we have Naslund, who once again, as far as I can see, only fits in the overall boost. But from all of these cards, I will go with Jeremy Roenick, because firstly, I can use him in a center position, or he can be my second line right-handed winger, for example. If you did notice, EA also changed some of the attributes for all these heroes and icon players compared to the ones they shared us in a deep dive. Now, Jeremy Roenick have 86 face-off stats without any boosts, and with +2, he now have 88, so 100% he's straight away usable and becomes one of the best centers early in the game. And I know a lot of people probably will say I will go with Zdeno Chara or even Rob Blake, and if you play very good defensively, then you can definitely go and pick one of these. One thing I would suggest is if any of these players are your favorite players, then ignore anything I'm saying and just go with your favorite player. Every year you always have to use the players you like, because then it makes your gameplay experience more fun. But for me, Jeremy Roenick will be the pick. Now let's talk about the Hot Starter Choice Pack, and also the first event, where we can pick 1 out of 5 84 overall Fresh Ice MSP. And the first card you can pick is Morgan Rielly from Canada or Maple Leafs. We also have Brock Faber from USA or Minnesota Wild. The next one will be Tyler Seguin from Canada or Dallas Stars. Of course, we also have the cover boy Matthew Tkachuk from USA or Florida Panthers. And then if you are looking for a goalie, we also have Logan Thompson. But unfortunately, he only fits in the overall boost, and that means you also need to use a goalie from, let's say, Nashville Predators to get him up by 2. Matthew Tkachuk will fit in the ability point and overall boost if you decide to go with him. But if you look at the stats, he only have 84 speed and 84 acceleration. And yes, I'm actually not quite sure if these are the final stats, because thanks to EA, I got the game early so I can record some content for you guys. Let's assume that not a lot of things will change. I still don't think that Matthew Tkachuk probably would be the best pick. And if I look at Tyler Seguin, he doesn't really stand out with anything. You cannot use him in a center position considering he's a center or right-handed winger. His speed is quite meh. Obviously, you can pick him and use him for overall or ability point boost. Or you could pick Morgan Rielly, who is actually not a bad choice. He's 6'1", 225, and he also has Send It, which is actually quite a fun X factor this year. His stats are not really bad, and hey, if you're Canadian or you're just a huge Leafs fan, then probably I would go with him. But the player I will pick will be this Brock Faber. And no need to say that the reason I'm picking him is because he have 91 speed, 88 acceleration, and also 80 endurance. You saw all the cards and how low the endurance was. So, you know what? I'm going with Brock Faber because maybe he will be able to cross the blue line and actually not die. I know he only would help me with the salary cap because he don't really fit anywhere else. But with my third pick, I just decided, you know what? I want to go with the best card in my opinion, and that's Brock Faber from Minnesota Wild. So let's go and pick him, and I guess that will do. Now we have 3 good players to start our HUD journey. But of course, we also have one more pack. I will open the pack, but I'm not quite sure that the ratings you will see for the actual cards will be the finals. So if you after see different ratings once the game actually drops for you on Friday, because I'm recording this on Thursday, please don't blame me and don't make screenshots or stuff like that, because I'm warning you straight away. I just want to open and see what this pack actually gives you. Give me a huge pool. We're getting 76 overall player from Sweden or Boston Bruins, who is also NHL alumni. The next card is 77 overall Zach Whitecloud, right-handed defenseman, so that's not bad. The next one is Nick Leddy, 76 overall left-handed defenseman. We also get a 76 overall, someone I cannot pronounce the name, so not a lot really changed from last year, but hey, he's a 76 overall, I guess. We also get 77 overall left-handed defenseman from New York Rangers. So yeah, I guess he will make the team. And the last card is 78 overall Dmitry Voronkov, Russia or Columbus Blue Jackets. So I get 178, 77, some 76s. Yeah. Not the best pack, but will definitely help with some of the lineup combinations. Now let's say you did open all your pre-order packs and you only have 4,600 hot points left and you are not quite sure what to do with them. I did make a separate video and the link will be down in descriptions below, where I went through everything I suggest you should do with your pre-order points, and I will do that every single year because I'm investing and trying to make coins early on and not going for the best players, because I am playing the game all year long and the good players will come. You're playing the game every day, you're grinding, and you will just build your team eventually. What I need is as many coins points as I can before the fantasy event. So I know a lot of people said I will keep my points until the fantasy event, and I really don't recommend you do that. But again, it's your pre-order, your points, you do whatever works for you. I personally will go to the early access and pick one of these packs, early access mini pack or early access mix pack, because it gives me 76 plus overall player or 75 plus overall player. And yeah, they're quite cheap. Hopefully also the overalls in these packs will not change, because like I said multiple times, the game I have may look a little bit different to the one you will have on Friday. So if you see something different, no, then I did warn you. Anyway, that will do for today's video. Let me know down in the comment sections below, who did you choose from your pre-order bonus packs? And what do you think about NHL 26 so far? I really hope you will have a good year and you will enjoy early access. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and have a good one. See you on the ice.